Hey everyone, today we are going to go over all the good and bad about living in Frisco, Texas. There's always good things and always bad things about every city, and I think it's important for you to know before you make your decision. So I have recorded this video in different segments because I keep adding things that are important. So you may see me pop in and out with different hair and different clothes, but it's okay because I want you to know all the things. So let's get started. Let's talk about the first pro. I love Frisco, Texas, and there are so many great things about living here. I guess the very first thing that I would say was such a pro about Frisco is the school district. It is just rated off the charts. And I love the fact that we have such great schools here. It's a huge draw to people that are moving here when they start looking around at all the school districts and how Frisco rates near the top. Another amazing pro to living in Frisco is the sporting arena. Obviously, we are home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's where the training is, it's where their headquarters is. My office is actually at the Star where Jerry Jones's office is, and it just brings a lot to Frisco. It brings a lot of elite coaches. We've got the Dallas Cowboys, we've got the Dallas Stars, we've got the Dallas Mavericks, we've got the Rough Riders, which is a AA baseball team right here in Frisco. We have FC Dallas and the Toyota Stadium, the soccer stadium, which is fantastic and brings a lot of commerce here. If you have children or kids, no matter what their age, and they're into sports, Frisco is the place to be. There's so much competitive teams and clubs out there. There's club volleyball, there's gymnastics, there's baseball, hockey, not to leave out golf. We just became home of the PGA, the Omni Hotel. It's gonna be amazing, but we're just bringing in a lot that's gonna make Frisco shine even more so than it already does. Another pro is the shopping. We have wonderful shopping. Not only do we have Stonebriar Mall, which has a huge movie theater in it, it's got the Cheesecake Factory and all kinds of shops, but we've got downtown Frisco that has just great boutiques. We've got all kinds of shopping centers, all located completely around the entire city of Frisco. So shopping, if that is important to you, we have that for you. And you can get custom things, boutique. It's not going to be mass produced in these small little boutiques, and I really like that. I like being able to wear something that not everybody else is wearing. There's live music and entertainment. You can almost every single night find a place that has live music. Dee Dee's is actually my favorite restaurant in downtown Frisco, and they have live music every single night. So it's just fun. They have a patio. It feels like family. So you definitely need to check Dee Dee's out. I think another pro is proximity. So I want to interrupt, guys. If you have any questions, this is my phone number right here. Text, call, I will get all of your questions answered. All right, let's get back to it. We're just about 30 minutes north of Dallas, not in rush hour. So during specific times of the day, it could be longer. I tell everyone, if you need to go to Dallas in the afternoon, if you can leave Frisco by 4:30, you should be fine. It typically takes me about 30 minutes to get down there. During rush hour, it's going to take you 45 minutes to an hour. So definitely manage your time on that. But we are about 25 minutes from the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. We probably are 30, maybe 40 minutes from Love Field on a good day. So I think the proximity is great. It gives you kind of that suburb feel out of the city, but yet you're still close enough to hit the airport in downtown Dallas. I also think a pro is safety. When we moved up to Frisco, we did live in Dallas. You know, our cars got broken into a couple of times. There's more crime down there, and when we moved to Frisco, we felt a lot safer. If I happen to accidentally leave my car unlocked, I am not freaking out that somebody's gonna take everything in my car, although you still shouldn't just leave your purse sitting in your seat. You're asking for somebody to do a smash and grab. On niche.com, they have safety evaluations, and they go through all of the reasons why they rate cities in certain ways, whether it's the crime rate, murder, abuse, missing children, what have you. Okay, let's talk about the weather, because really this is kind of an opinion. It could be a pro, it could be a con. It is absolutely a pro to me because I don't like cold weather. And in Texas and in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, our Seasons are very mild. So it could be a con if you are the type of person that likes 4 distinct seasons. We don't have those. It's very mild. It is November right now, and it was 78 degrees today. A little bit of humidity, but it's been raining. I like it because we don't ever have real heavy snow. If we do get snow, everything shuts down because we don't know what to do with that, and everybody just stays at home. I think it's a pro. It's wonderful. You get to be outside more. You're not, having to bundle up everywhere you go. I realize that that is a con to some. A con for weather is also we have hail and we have tornadoes. So those are 2 cons, and they come every single year. We do not escape them. You do need to pay attention to that. And if you can get a place that has a garage or a carport, I would suggest it, because your car will. It's not if, it's typically will get hit by hail. And it is what it is. It stinks, but we try to just keep our cars covered. Another really amazing pro that I love about Frisco is the community. All over Frisco, community is the name of the game. I love it. Whether there's festivals going on, they're blocking off streets to have, parades and booths set up, Veterans Day, 4th of July, Christmas at the Star. If you guys have not been to the tree lighting at the Star, you need to go this year. It's amazing and it's beautiful. There's just something so nostalgic about Frisco and the community and the activities and how everyone is just friendly and inclusive and kind, and I love it. So it's just such a pro. And that also leads me into the next pro, which is hospitality, because we have amazing hospitality here in Frisco, Texas. It's super family friendly. Even if you don't have kids, it's super just married friendly, single friendly, bachelor friendly. It doesn't matter. It's all inclusive and everybody is kind. I can't say enough about it. And it's also why Frisco was ranked the number 8th best place to raise a family, because the hospitality and the friendliness of Frisco really shines, I believe. And I would also say the last pro that I'm going to point out is probably our economy. Frisco has a really healthy economy, and because of that, we've had major corporations move here. And I believe it's the friendliness, the hospitality, it's our government here in Frisco, the mayor, just the love at which we have built this city has really attracted a lot of corporations. Bringing so many jobs in has increased our household income to about $215,000 a year, which I think is a great median income. Okay, let's talk about some cons. I know I already mentioned hail and tornadoes. Don't let it scare you. It becomes very normal, but it is a con. I would say the very first con, just off the top of my head, would be the cost of living. It is higher cost of living to live in Frisco. The median home price in 2022 is $420,000. It's not super low. The national average, the median is $250,000. So you can see it is a little bit on the higher end. Although if you really wanted to get into Frisco and you needed to really budget, you can get into Frisco probably in the low 300s. I mean, you can get an apartment for less than that, but if you want home ownership, then just know that the low 300s can get you into a townhome at this point. Single residential homes are gonna probably be closer to 375 and up, depending on where you are in Frisco. I just don't think there's a bad area of Frisco. So along with the cons for cost of living, I wanted to also add in that Frisco will continue to go up in price point. Like I said earlier, you can get in the 300s currently as far as the recording of this video, but we just had the PGA of America move here, and we've got one of the most epic subdivisions that's actually being built right now. It's called the Fields, and it's Brookside and the Preserve, and all of those homes are 800 and above, 800 to 15 million. And we have Universal Studios coming in. We've got just a lot being built. We've got Fields West, which will be a huge restaurants, shopping, water features, walkability. It's going to be epic. And all of that will also keep ticking up that price point. So the people that are buying now, in 2023, they're only going to get much more equity as the years go by. but in a couple of years, that price point's just gonna keep going up and up and up. So that is one con about Frisco right now, is that things are just gonna get more expensive. If you're buying now, that's awesome for you. If you're buying in a couple of years, it just depends on where we are then. Another con, July and August. They're both cons, and I think it gives Texas a really bad name, but it is dang hot in July and August.
Your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. The temperature, the heat index right now in McKinney is 10,000. What is that? 101,105. It's hot in McKinney.
You literally can walk to your mailbox, walk back, and it's like you've had a whole cardio workout. So just know that there are 2 months, July and August, they're sisters, and they're terrible. And we just have to make it through and just, all help each other out, because that's all we can do with July and August. I will touch a little bit on a con, which is traffic, because Frisco grew really fast. They grew from about 7,000 to 200,000 pretty darn quickly. I don't think the infrastructure was quite ready. Our mayor is working on all that and has been the entire time he's been in office. One of the things I love, this is certainly not a con because I love it, but he has created trails that all connect, and it's miles and miles and miles of sidewalk where you can walk, you can bike, you can jog, you can have little scooters, you can even have your golf carts, and you don't have to go over one major road. He has made it to where they all go under the roads, and it's all interconnected and wonderful. So it's getting there. But traffic, there are some areas that are still under construction. Downtown Main Street, they're going to do some construction. It's already slated to happen. It's going to be widened and the sidewalks widened. So there's construction in different areas, but it's just gonna add to the beauty and long-term infrastructure. So yes, it's a con, but it will end up being a pro. And that's the best type of con to have. As far as the con on traffic, I do wanna add in the fact that if you are looking in Frisco closer to 380, then I would definitely talk to your real estate agent, whether that's me or someone else. It is a nightmare around 380 during specific times of the day. So early in the morning and in the afternoon. 380 is at the top of Frisco. It's the northernmost part of Frisco, and they are having to widen that street because we are growing so quickly. I drove out there and it normally should have taken me 20 to 30 minutes, and it took me a good 45 minutes to get there. And that was only at, I think, 4 o'clock. So around 5 or 6, it really turns into a nightmare. And that is an absolute con for right now. And a lot of people complain about it. It won't always be that way, but right now it is. So ask me those questions if you're wanting to be close to 380 before you decide to buy. Another con that I wanted to add in is just being busy. There is so much to do in Frisco. There are so many activities. There's so many family events. There's so many kids things that you can do that sometimes I feel like life can get really overwhelming. And so it's just encouraging people to pick the things and space it out so that you still have time for yourself and your family and at home, and building that unit, that you're just not overwhelmed with all the things, because that can get really hectic in a very community-driven environment and city, which that is what Frisco is. So it could be a con of overcommitting or just wanting to do too many things. And lastly, I would say the last con would be a commute. And I know that I've mentioned this even in this video and prior videos, is yes, Frisco is only 30 minutes north of Dallas, but if you work in Fort Worth or even Tarrant County, which is Fort Worth and Irving and Arlington and all of those middle cities, there's middle cities between Fort Worth and Dallas, it is going to be a bigger commute. And so Frisco may not be the best fit for you. It's certainly not a good fit for you if you want to be in Fort Worth. It's just far and we have a lot of traffic. So kind of think about that. If you do need to move to Fort Worth, talk to me, because I can recommend some other areas that will be better for you. But Frisco, that is a con, commuting to Fort Worth or that whole Tarrant County area. So just know that. So anyway, that's kind of the good, bad, and ugly about Frisco, Texas. We really appreciate you watching the video. I'm Tiffany. Reach out to me anytime. I have put my phone number throughout, and you can text me, call me anytime, and I can help you out. You guys have a great day.